The information provided here is for general informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. We strongly recommend consulting with a qualified professional to address your specific needs. We are not liable for any decisions made based on the content provided. Elevate, an audio series by Above It. Master your meals, quick nutritious recipes for your busy lifestyle. Available on Amazon and aboveit.com.au. Here's your host, dentist, investor, mum and coach for health professionals, Dr. Vicky Prokopiou.
Hello and welcome to today's podcast. Elevate is all about lifting professionals higher, well, health professionals at that. Today we've got Alineh Agon, who trains NDIS leaders to empower individuals to live purpose-driven and meaningful lives. Alineh is an accomplished professional who makes a positive impact on the lives of very many people. With more than 10 years' experience, Alineh has supported thousands of people living with disability and impacted by trauma to solve problems in daily life. She's developed a methodology and care model that supports people living with disabilities and mental illness, giving them hope, comfort, and a chance to live fulfilling lives. Her solution is unique, compassionate, and effective, and it's no wonder that she's highly sought after in her field. Alineh is passionate about mentoring industry leaders as well to deliver high quality and sustainable outcomes for their participants. Having witnessed too many NDIS directors suffer burnout and workplace stress, yeah, it's a real thing, isn't it? She believes that by sharing her knowledge and expertise, she can create a more supportive, inclusive, and caring industry that truly values people and makes a difference in all lives. Welcome, Alineh. It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me, Vicky.
I'm just going to get into it as I do. I absolutely love your business and your business model. You've got closercare.com.au. You've got Well-Minded Australia as well. And we'll have the links of these where you have this podcast as well. The first thing I'd love to know is, considering that healthcare is multidisciplinary and Closer Care collaborates with a lot of health practitioners as well, and a lot of carers are in there. There are doctors, nurses, therapists, sometimes family members, sometimes carers who are trained. Is that right? Yep. To create a comprehensive support plan for individuals with disabilities and mental health issues. Well, how does that work? Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, sure. So it's a very collaborative approach. So what happens is sometimes when a person with a disability has been struggling for many years, their first point of conversation, contact is to speak to their doctor. And through those conversations, the doctor might be assisting them to start the process of getting their NDIS application, becoming an NDIS participant. And that's very well before they meet us. So once they're an actual NDIS client, then we can start providing services to them. And a lot of the time we might be supporting them to attend their doctor's appointments. So we are in conversation with their doctors about how the client is going, how they're progressing. We might also be in conversations with therapists as well. And it's really important sometimes for us to know what they're doing with their therapists, what they're working on, what are some of their goals, so that our team of support workers can also complement that work and also assist clients in the day-to-day when they support them, because we do spend quite a lot of hours with our clients on a weekly basis.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about what it is you do with firstly the carers and then what the carers do with the clients?
Yeah, sure. So we do hire a team of support workers. So these are individuals that might be studying in related fields. So they could be studying psychology or social work. And they're really passionate and compassionate to work in this industry and support people with a disability. So they are supporting them one-on-one in their homes with daily activities. So some of our clients might need that extra support to build their capacity. So we work on completing some tasks in the home together, doing some cooking, making sure that they're taking their morning medication or medication throughout the day, that they're having healthy food, drinking, and they're also getting supported to go to their appointments, attend community participation, and also any grocery shopping as well.
Great. And are there any limitations to what a support worker's role is?
Yes, I would say there would be some limitations. So they're not trained therapists, so they would be able to listen to their clients and hear them and support them. But if it was something that was quite serious, for a trained professional, that therapist that would need to be called upon to support them with a particular matter, then we could reach out to their support coordinator and to the client, see if it was time for them to speak to a psychologist or therapist if it was something outside of the scope of a support worker.
So that can be quite intense and quite stressful at times, can't it?
Yeah, so sometimes, our clients might be experiencing a stressful situation. They might be triggered from something that's happened from the past. They might be in a state of fight or flight, and our support workers are going to need to be calm and respond and be responsive in these situations and manage it to the best of their abilities. But sometimes it can be quite overwhelming and challenging.
Yeah, and what comes to mind for me is that many professionals, and that's in any job, not just health professionals, this word burnout is just omnipresent. It's there and it comes up. It may come up, it may not. It may be slowly creeping up on them. But working in this intense environment where you're immersing yourself in someone's home or in a hospital or in a caring lodge or in whatever places that this beautiful person attends who's been cared for, how does someone who's there as a support person, as a support worker, go into work smiling every day and not take home all that pressure and burn out?
Yeah, there is a high risk of burnout in any helping professionals, and support workers can sometimes do several hours a day and in the week, and also do driving and attend to a number of different clients in a day. So it has its challenges. I think for any organisation, what we've done at Closer Care and Well Minded Australia is that we really value our team of support workers. We value people. So we really like to offer and extend our support and debrief after shifts, during shifts, be responsive, be able to answer calls when they come through and communicate with our team of support workers and encourage them to speak up and get the support they can receive from us. And also just to let us know if they ever do need to take some time off as well, because we would support them as well, because the most important thing is for them to take the time they need to get that rest and come back to work more fresh and ready to start a new day.
It's so nice that you've got this holistic approach. And a lot of the times, like in the past, the work ethic is basically measured upon how hard you work and then you burn yourself out. That was the expectation. Things have changed a lot, especially since COVID, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's good to just realize sometimes that you've got to listen to yourselves. You've got to listen to yourself. What is it saying? I think we push ourselves too much. We don't sometimes realize that we can take a break or speak up when we need that support. But yeah, just being able to have that work environment, that culture that you feel supported and you feel safe to say something, I think is really important. And to reach out when needed.
That is brilliant, because I know even if you get a difficult patient, let's say in my line of work in dentistry, we need to debrief and we've got each other to support us. But if there was somebody else who could listen as an impartial ear and kind of tell us, well, guys, have you thought about that? This isn't as big or as little as you are making it. So it's just a really great approach, I think, and very unique, because I haven't heard of that before for even dentistry. Like I'm the sounding board a lot of the time, and that's a lot of pressure too.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. It's really rewarding work, but it also, it becomes a bit easier and more meaningful when you're just in that right environment and you feel like you can really learn and grow within the organisation that you're employed in as well. So we really value our team, and we'd love to support them and encourage them to learn and grow within the organisation as well.
So now you said you've been in the industry for 10 years. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about maybe a couple of experiences you've had within it that have shaped your journey to get you to where you are now?
Yeah, so many. 10 years is a long time, there's just so many stories that come to mind when I think about it. I got into this industry because I was a psychology student and I really wanted to get some experience while I was studying. But I guess I learned a lot more about disabilities than I thought, and this world of disability. And sometimes it can be acquired through life experiences, and other times it could be something we're born with. But I think a lot of the time when it comes to the clients we work with and we support that live with a mental illness, it might be from various traumas that they've experienced in their life that they could acquire a mental health disability and or diagnosis. And what's really important there then is how do we support them? How do we provide that holistic care to them? That's really important. And how do we support them to progress as well, because it can be very isolating for many people that we support. Their challenges means that they might be socially excluding themselves, or they might feel like they're being excluded from society. So how do we motivate them to engage? And those strategies and those things are sort of what I've learned over the time working in this industry. To get them to progress and achieve their goals is very rewarding. And I've seen many people, when they're getting the right support, the right team of people around them, amazing things can happen.
You're listening to Elevate, an audio series by Above It, with thanks to Master Your Meals, quick, nutritious recipes for your busy lifestyle. Available on Amazon and aboveit.com.au.
I know you're an extremely compassionate woman, and I absolutely know why you are in this industry. And I know others aspire and look up to you as a leader, as a businesswoman as well. So congratulations on that. And you're helping so many people. And I know things change over time. There's innovation. There are methods that you've continually evolve, I can imagine, within your business, within the way that what's the expectations of what you have to do and provide and what you can provide, and with what you've created with your services. How does this elevate the quality of care? You mentioned like getting them out, getting people out of their comfort zone a little bit, but nudging them and getting them back into society and not being stuck in a house with four walls. How does that get adopted, and how do you encourage others to adopt that type of approach as well?
Yeah, I think it starts with the hiring process. We are really looking for competent, confident, compassionate team members who have a willingness to grow within an organisation and to work within this NDIS and disability industry. So it's how we onboard them. That's really important. Everyone has their skills and their natural abilities to support someone, but how do we train them to support them that's holistic and high quality? That's what we aim to provide in our organizations. And so what that looks like is holistic, does encompass a lot of different key ways of how we support someone in their daily life. And so it's through that social conversation, communication, that back and forth, building that rapport and relationship with our clients and those interpersonal skills, because those are I believe, the foundation of us being able to progress with the clients towards their goals. And how do we also recognize that maybe the person that we're supporting also needs a bit of emotional support, or they might need to have some support to build some capacity or build some skills in key areas. So so number 8 different ways of how we holistic support our clients, and we teach and inspire others to follow that model as well, and also to be really motivating in our approach and how we communicate with our clients, so that they do feel like they want to go out and they want to attend an event or an activity, and re-engage more with society, and improve their health, their well-being.
It's such a big mission that you're on and that you're creating. And I love this client-centered approach that you have. And I know maybe old health models would have been more centered, or maybe some individuals are more centered around money, money, money. And you're a businesswoman, right? Money comes when you do the right thing.
Yes, definitely. In this industry, sometimes we can have big clients that come, there's money in that, but at the same time, there's more expectation in how we're providing that care to this client. For example, if they're a 24-hour client, it might be a big, opportunity there for business growth, but there's also that responsibility. How are we, supporting that client throughout the day, keeping them engaged, making sure that we're providing them the care workers that they have that relationship with, that they trust, and how the people that are coming into their environment just enhancing their day and their quality of life and making it all worthwhile. So that's sort of a balancing act that we have to always navigate to make sure the client's also happy with the service and it's also personalized to them as well.
So yeah, I can imagine you have regular check-ins with your team, with your clients as well, or with the family or carers of the clients.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to keep tabs on that or keep that human connection going.
Yes, for sure. Communication is really important. Checking in, having that back and forth conversation to see how everything's going, and also seeing what improvements needing to be made. But also sometimes things come up and there's issues, and how do we solve them in a timely manner? That's what we aim for as well.
I know some people might be a little bit shy or might think, no, I can do it all. Let's say the carers of these clients. At what point do you choose someone to do in-home care, or do you choose to get care or put them in a facility that is safer for them and everyone else?
Yeah, it's definitely a stage-by-stage process. I think what's really important is a lot of people, can find it really difficult to trust that someone else can come into their home and do the household they've done for maybe 20, 30, 40 plus years of their life. And if someone can come in and do it to the standards that they're used to. So it can be a big thing to accept that help and that support. But I think what's really important is it could start small, and we can the whole thing around being a personalized and individualized service is that the person who's finding that support worker can create and request what's needed. It's really personalized. So if we're liking things to be of a particular standard or a particular way, we can share that information when we are meeting that worker for the first time or that organization. So it's really important to share as much detail as possible and to find the suitable person for the role. And it can start really small, and it just depends on the whole process. Having your NDIS plan, that can also to process, and it starts with speaking to your doctors and allied health professionals. And it can take a bit of time to get that application, but we're just taking small steps and getting that process going. And starting small is the best way.
You're listening to Elevate, an audio series by Above It. Thanks to Master Your Meals, quick, nutritious recipes for your busy lifestyle. Available on Amazon and aboveit.com.au.
I'm curious, how is it that you match up the support workers with the right client?
Yes, that's always something we, take a bit of time to think about when it comes to a new client that comes to us, and we're learning a bit about them through the referral form that we've received, and we start thinking about who from our team would be a suitable support worker to support this client who needs the care. So part of that process is we've got documents that have our support worker profiles for each of our support workers. So we ask the new client if they were happy to read and review some of these support worker profiles, and they can be part of that process of choosing who they think would be a right fit based on what they're reading and seeing. And also, the more we learn about the new client, the more we're able to know and imagine in our minds who could also be a suitable person. And just based on how we can match it up, based on availability, sometimes there might be requirements as well with age, gender, attributes. So we start thinking about which one of our support workers match those qualities and attributes. And sometimes they're also part of that collaborative process as well. And we can come up with a few options, and then they can choose who they think they would like to start with.
That's wonderful. So they get some autonomy in who will be caring for their loved one, or if they're at a point where who will be caring for themselves as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Now, to finish up, do you have any golden nuggets you'd like to share with us? Anything that you'd like to tell us as health professionals that we need to know about what you do, any experiences you've had, anything you'd like to tell?
Yeah, sure. I think what's really important is it takes a whole team to support a client that lives with a disability. So when the lines of communication are open with doctors and therapists and support workers, providers, allied health professionals such as occupational therapists, when we're able to communicate with these team of providers that are working with the client, we're able to then achieve the optimal results of the client. So whenever possible to have open communication, sharing where we're at with things, any suggestions, working together, maybe doing a meeting with the whole team for the client, when everyone's on the same page, and when we know where we're heading, amazing progress and results can happen for our clients. So that's what we aim for. That's one of our biggest missions, and the reason why we do what we do. We really love to see the results of our clients and see them reach their goals and start to thrive and flourish in their lives, because we see potential in everyone we support. So it's very exciting.
Anyone who's under your wing is so fortunate. And if anyone here has any questions, just hop onto the websites and ask Alineh. If you ask me, I'll direct you back to Alineh, because I don't know much about NDIS, and Alineh's the expert here. And I just want to thank Alineh so much today for enlightening us on what she does with closer care for individuals who just need an elevated life and who deserve that support, and how it's so seamless and easy. It just sounds like it just flows. Thank you, Alineh.
Thank you so much, Vicky.
You've been listening to Elevate, an audio series by Above It, with thanks to Master Your Meals, quick, nutritious recipes for your busy lifestyle. Available on Amazon and aboveit.com.au.